Are we ready?
Are we ready?
But it is time.
Now let's get to the finalists.
So yeah, without further ado.
Whoa. It's amazing.
And the winner is...
And the winner is...
The winner is...
And the winner is...
And the winner is...
And the winner...
The winner is...
The winner is... What's going on, everybody?
Thank you guys very much for the award.
I love you.
Honestly, the industry would not be where it is if it wasn't for all of you people. So thank you so much.
This is unbearably surreal.
Only hard work brings success.
This is kind of incredible.
What a way to cap off the year. I appreciate you all.
Probably one of the most rewarding experiences in my entire life.
Let's get alongside each other because truly a rising tide raises all ships. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Ten years of incredible moments, 10 years of celebration, and 10 years of an industry growing up. And now, a decade of greatness. Over the last 10 years, we've witnessed some of the greatest to ever do it compete year in and year out.
And we've witnessed them follow that long walk onto our stage to lift that ultimate Esports Awards trophy.
That's right. The Esports Awards trophy has proudly become the industry's mark of recognition and validation.
This is only bestowed upon the best of the best, though, at any given year.
No doubt about that. It's a sign and a staple of your craft and your peers' kudos for your contributions. The competition has grown year on year, reinforcing that to be nominated is truly an honor in its own right.
Right. And this year, for the first time in our 10-year history, we'll be doing things a little bit differently. In previous years, we'd be analyzing and judging performances over the past 12 months and recognizing the best that esports has to offer.
But this year is very different, and it is different in a good way. As we celebrate our 10th year of recognizing excellence in esports, we'll be casting a much wider net through time to look back at not only the last year, but the last decade of esports.
No doubt, and we'll need your help. That's why we're asking you to judge over time and tenure one player's peak against another's error. The same applies across a number of awards.
And not just a number of awards, but a number of esports. I know for us, we are all across every title imaginable at this point, so it'll be a really good one.
That's why so much goes into it. We're talking about stats, longevity, accolades. We will get to see which organizations have been the most disruptive over a 10-year window of time, which players have cemented themselves, and so much more.
Right, so after this wonderful preamble, it is our honor to welcome you to the finalist reveal for the very first Esports Awards Decade Awards. Hey everyone, I am Zoe and it's so great to be here celebrating a decade of the Esports Awards. And over the past 10 years, this industry and the individuals inside of the industry have been through so much ups and downs, and it's been so great to just be part of their journey. And I'm not here alone, Hercules and EEV, so how excited are you guys to celebrate this milestone?
I mean, it's an absolute privilege to be here. I mean, you know, when I really look back at how the Esports Awards has impacted me, I remember I went to League Worlds back in a couple years ago. It was in San Francisco, and I fell in love with the 2023 Esports Team of the Year, T1. Even in defeat, I was like, this is a squad I can root for, and I'm glad eventually they got that big award they deserved.
I mean, talking about awards, I mean, I come from Rocket League. It's our 10th anniversary as well, and I think about one of my favorite moments was sitting in the audience in Vegas, and Wavepunk got called up for a Host of the Year while hosting the Esports Awards, had to run from outside into the crowd and ran up, and I remember Rocket League Twitter, that was the most, come together moment we'd had in so long, and I don't know, Esports Awards really just changes everyone's lives.
You know, I've been counting the days to relive the best of the best and share it with all of you watching, okay? For me, it's something that, you know, it's near and dear to my heart. Even in my community, finally getting some recognition. I remember HBox has won an award here. Last year, I was there when Mango won a Lifetime Achievement Award. Like, that to me is just something that really validates a lot of the work that not only myself, but my community has put into it.
I just love that we all get to come together once a year and celebrate each other and gas each other up. Like, that's just the best feeling in the world. And it's been a year of reflections, looking back at the journey from 2016 all the way through 2025. So much has happened and so much more is still to come.
You know, you're talking about things to come, Zoe. I have a prediction. Within the next 10 years, the Smash Brothers space and the fighting game space, we're gonna start racking up a couple more awards because we're only getting more recognition, you know what I'm saying? I feel like at this point it's a little overdue. Yours truly might be included in that sentiment, but that's just how I feel.
Hey, okay, I'm right there with you, but on the other end of things, there's been so many women at the height. We all look up to women like Zoe, right? We want to be like you. We want to win awards too. My prediction, I think the girlies are taking over the next 10 years.
You know what? I'm on board with both of these predictions, and this year we're very excited to showcase the Decade Awards live in Riyadh during this year's Esports World Cup as part of the Summer of Celebration. The Summer of Celebration will be the centerpiece of all Esports Awards coverage during the Esports World Cup, including dedicated content and coverage of the opening ceremony, closing ceremony, the EWC Festival, and of course, the Decade Awards.
And last year, we had the honor and privilege of being a part of the first ever Esports World Cup, an event that featured over 1,500 players, 22 different titles, and a prize pool of over $60 million. And this year, there are 25 titles, more players, and a record-breaking prize pool of $70 million. So with what's more to come this year, I think we're on the ground for an entirely new event. The Esports Awards team will be bringing you coverage through all things EWC and the latest news and interviews for the reactions of the results, the biggest plays, and so much more. But we will be providing a different lens and opportunity to be a part of the biggest tournament in our industry.
That's just so beautifully said and so much excitement behind that. When we say so much more, we mean exclusive interviews, behind the scenes footage, podcast episodes, VIP experiences, and more. This year's Esports World Cup is going to be bigger and better than ever before. More games, more clubs, more excitement, and more action all around. I just can't wait for it all to begin, honestly. And it's truly special that we get to recognize excellence once again as part of the Esports World Cup celebrations. So a huge thank you to our partners at the Esports World Cup Foundation. Check out the links below on how you can indeed tune in. And speaking of celebrating excellence, okay, we couldn't do any of this without the support of our partners. And one in particular, Oakley, okay, helps us see everything a little more clearly, all right? Personally, you know, I don't know, they renewed their sponsorship. So if I still can't get a enemy flank, that's kind of on me, you know what I'm saying? I suck.
That's 100% on you.
I'm trash. I admit I'm trash, all right?
Has nothing to do with the vision, I think, at that point.
Oh, no. You're good, Oakley, you're good.
That's right, EE. We would like to take a moment to give a special shout out to Oakley, who are back once again for the 4th year sponsoring the Esports Awards.
Oakley sports everything Esports Awards has to offer, from the ceremonies to the famous celebrity golf tournaments, all the way to the VIP experiences. Their sunglasses have genuinely become a staple of the ESA experience, whether it is personalized ESA eyewear or presenting our worthy winners with limited edition styles to complement their new trophies. Oakley always makes sure our winners are looking their best.
Ain't that the truth? And without the support from dedicated partners like Oakley, the Esports Awards would not be possible. So a massive thank you to them for coming back on board in 2025 to celebrate a decade of greatness. Now, every award this year will celebrate and recognize the best of the decade. So we will be presenting the winners of the decade in the summer rather than of the year. To mark the occasion, we have a stunning and beautiful new platinum trophy silhouette. This is a one-of-a-kind, handmade and crafted trophy that will honor the winner's accomplishments in style.
And to accompany that, a new format and a new trophy doesn't change anything at the heart of it. It is still all about the community. Public community voting will still shape the award categories alongside our panel of experts. And that is right. Voting goes live at esportsawards.com. So head on over and cast your votes.
All right, now, I've seen Quickshot do this part of the plug very well, but this time it's mine. Back off, Trevor, all right? Remember, you can vote on all categories once a day, every day, in the lead up to the Esports Awards ceremony. Once a day, every day. Now, 10 years in the making, it's time to reveal the finalists for the Decade Awards. Take a look.
Esports Game of the Decade. League of Legends. Counter-Strike. Dota 2. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Rocket League. Valorant. Call of Duty. Fortnite. Rainbow Six Siege. Esports Commercial Partner of the Decade. Red Bull. Intel. Logitech G. Monster Energy. HyperX. MasterCard. Secret Lab. DHL. Razer. Corsair. Alienware. Esports Content and Coverage Platform of the Decade. Liquipedia. Deserto. Esports Charts. The Score. HLTV. Esports Insider. Esports Personality of the Decade. Nadeshot. Shocks. Faker. eBay. Scump. Fallen. Simple. Tarek. Nobrew. Kadrol. Hex.
Oh man, these categories are stacked. How do you even pick a favorite child here?
I mean, it's tough. Like, it's a star-studded list, but we're celebrating a decade's worth of accomplishments, so it's not ever gonna be easy. Me personally, y'all gonna think I'm a teenager. I'm going with Fortnite for Game of the Year. Always changing, always evolving, keeping it fresh, like yours truly here. You know how I do over on the spot. And then Nadeshot Personality of the Year. Why? Because he's been real since day one. Can't take it away from him.
Fair enough. Speaking of day ones, I mean, Rocket League, we're on our 10-year anniversary too. All right, the sister game to Fortnite. I see you, I see you. It might be our turn, all right? We're crossing fingers.
Also, if we're looking back decades, even longer than that, Liquipedia, thank you so much for making event prep for our kind of people all the more easy. Like, they've been putting in the work so we can put in the work, so can't give enough credit over there. So will it be Mr. 100 Thieves himself, Nadeshot, the unkillable Demon King Faker, or could it be a record-breaking eBay?
I mean, at the end of the day, the decision always comes down to you. So head on over to esportsawards.com and cast your votes now. So moving on, we have the finalists for Esports Publisher of the Decade, Live Event of the Decade, and one very close to our hearts, On-Air Talent of the Decade.
Esports Publisher of the Decade. Riot Games. Valve. Activision Blizzard. Epic Games. EA. Tencent. Krafton. Moonton. Ubisoft. Esports Live Event of the Decade. League of Legends Worlds 2017. Esports World Cup 2024. EVO 2024. The International 8. Fortnite World Cup 2019. IEM Katowice 2017. E-League Major 2018 Boston. M5 MLBB. Call of Duty League 2020 Playoffs. Free Fire World Series 2021 Singapore. Esports On-Air Talent of the Decade. Shocks. Golden Boy. Puckett. Machine. Shiva. Sponge. Pansy. Captain Flowers. Uber. Kobe. Zoe. Dash.
Did not expect that. And because I'm flustered, I'm just gonna glance over that and talk about something entirely else. League of Legends had the dragons, so they have to be the winner, right?
Fair enough.
Right. Like, I think that's just, can't argue with that.
Listen, I wasn't even in League of Legends at that time, and I still woke up, waited, watched it in the middle of the night like everybody else. So I don't know. I feel like it's a good shout out.
Listen, I'll give it credit because it deserves credit and respect to absolutely be in this category. But I don't know. I'm an FGC head. I'm a Smash head. Evo to me, near and dear. I've seen where it was to where it's become. I got to give them some love. And the Fortnite 2019 World Cup, I feel like that was almost a cultural revolution in esports to me as well. There's a lot that can be said about that event as well.
Absolutely. So many people have been putting in work for those events, and also, of course, the individual performances of the talent working those shows. Like, so much credit where credit is due, and we're happy to give that, of course, with the help of everyone out there voting. Now, I want to pick your guys' brains. What are some of the most unforgettable moments in the Esports Awards of the past for you?
That's easy. I can't believe they gave Hungrybox an award. I love it. I love the guy. That's awesome. But I definitely didn't see it coming. He gave a banger speech as well, man. That Vegas auditorium was going crazy for him. So shouts to my guy, Hbox.
Ooh, I don't know. I think I remember Wavepunk had won his award, but also seeing Jorby get nominated was crazy. We got to see T-Bates get a nomination as well. Seeing Rocket League just inch our way up there time after time has just been so special.
I mean, it's special to even be mentioned amongst the greats, right? It's not necessarily even about winning. And quite frankly, if you've ever been at an esports award show, it's about hanging out with the homies, like cross games. We get to enjoy each other's company and pick each other's brains. We don't have that opportunity. That could have been so awkward. I'm so glad you nailed that clap.
We're so glad. Come on.
I don't know. I've seen, we're esports. We know how handshakes can go horrifically wrong. But yeah, so many great moments, and seeing your friends and colleagues and peers getting those awards on the stage and being celebrated, it's just, there's nothing quite like it. But there's also nothing quite like looking at more categories and nominees, so let's do that.
Esports Breakthrough Player of the Decade. Simp. Monacy. Carrier. Booga. Kenny. Shotzi. Miracle. Zaiwu. Monkey Moon. Malrine. Punk. Esports Coach of the Decade. Zonic. Coma. Potter. Blade. XTQZZZ. Moon. Heen. Kim Young-soo. Esports Team of the Decade. T1 League of Legends. Astralis Counter-Strike. Optic Gaming Call of Duty. OG Dota 2. G2 Esports League of Legends. TSM Apex Legends. Na'Vi Counter-Strike. Team Secret. Team Liquid Dota 2. FaZe Call of Duty. Team Vitality Rocket League. Team Vitality Counter-Strike. Team BDS Rainbow Six.
Oh man, again, so many tough calls to make here. My heart on the team of the decade is with Team Liquid. They won 2 international. They consistently managed to have teams that just always perform at the very top. And also, they always pick up some personalities for content. So, I don't know, I'm a bit of a liquid head here.
It's hard not to be. I don't really disagree with you. I'm kind of like drawn towards like the breakthrough player, you know what I mean, of the decade. For me, I'm honestly gonna go with Simp. Not because of the name, okay, but because of the skill. That brother was out there slaying people in COD. That was something special to me, so.
Listen, I mean, you want to talk skill, vitality over the last decade, and Rocket League kind of disgusting. They've always been at the top of the top. Grand finals, world championships. They set the record for the most. I think it was like LAN grand finals back to back for an entire year straight. Nobody could take them down. I mean, they might be getting their flowers soon.
That's Liquipedia stepping in there again.
Actually, shout out again to Liquipedia.
I was there.
Well, I'm sure we all have so many opinions, and everyone's opinion matters and counts. So please make sure to cast your votes for the Esports Team of the Decade and every other award once a day, every day, right up until the voting closes. And now for Team of the Decade to the Player of the Decade, here are your finalists for Esports PC Player of the Decade.
Esports PC Player of the Decade. Faker. Simple. No Tail. Zywoo. Aspas. Caps. Coldzera. Miposhka. Nisha. Esports Controller Player of the Decade. Skunk. Sonic Fox. Simp. Shotzi. Hungry Box. Formal. Imperial Howl. Crimsix. Turbo Pulsar. K-Dop. Snakebite.
I mean, however you vote here, there is no wrong answers, literally. It's hard to argue against people like Faker, but then you read the rest of the list and you just go like, well, but they deserve it also.
I mean, yeah, everybody honestly has had a million different journeys to get here, right? And especially, there's ones that you don't even know about. Like, for example, y'all might not know about the Rocket League ones. Like Turbo, for example, he was the controller player that bridged the gap between our first international transfers and then won in Europe and then won in NA and then was like this, it became a whole thing and normalized moving.
We want to talk about winning. Sonic Fox, they have won like multiple titles. It's throughout multiple years. It's hard not to put Sonic Fox. Also has won before as well. Of course, H-Box, that's my guy. Hungry Box, I feel like you could be the two-time here. I don't really know what direction it's gonna go, but those are two I'm definitely looking out for. And we gotta show Halo a little bit of love too. Snake Bites, I see you on there too. One of the best ever as well. So talk about a stacked category, and we're gonna talk about something else, okay, guys? Because it is time for you at home to have your say. I want you to head over to the esportsawards.com and make sure your vote counts. And now, guys, we have reached our last two and probably most contested awards of the night, Zoe.
That's right. Here are your finalists for Streamer of the Decade.
Streamer of the Decade. Ninja. Ebi. Shroud. XQC. Pokimane. Gaules. Tyler One. Summit. Tarek. Rivers GG. Soda Poppin. Tim the Tapman. Mortal. Kameto.
And every single one of these individuals has broken viewership records and made headlines.
You know, at some point, in my life, I have been subscribed to every single one of these channels, okay? So I'm being pulled in so many different directions, okay? My brain says ninja. I mean, think about that stream he did with Drake. That was so influential. Summit G is where my heart goes, you know what I'm saying? That's so much consistency over such a long period of time. My inner simp is begging for Pokemon. I don't know what to do with this.
I don't know. Pokey's the love of my life, so I'm out there for her. But there's so many people, like you said, that it not only was just gaming, but they were bridging like reality, regular life into gaming. So I don't know. This, like you said, could go a million different directions. But speaking of different directions, tonight we've celebrated so many players, moments, and personalities that defined the last decade. But now it's time for the big one.
Very well said, because we have reached our final award category of the night. Are you ready for this? Esports Organization of the Decade. This award honors the organizations that have fundamentally shaped esports as an industry.
That's right. So here are your nominees.
Esports Organization of the Decade. Team Liquid. G2 Esports. T1. Optic Gaming. Team Vitality. Cloud9. FaZe Clan. Fnatic. Na'Vi. Gen G. Edward Gaming.
What an incredible list. And all these organizations have done so many great things across multiple titles for the players, for the community, for people like us.
Yeah, I mean, even narrowing the list down to just these prestige names is incredible to me. I mean, I'm kind of looking like T1. We obviously all know what they've done in the space, iconic. Me personally, you know, FaZe Clan, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple t-shirts over there, you know what I'm saying? For me, I might be a little biased there, but all these guys absolutely deserve to be on the list.
I mean, if you want to throw up signs, shout out my boys C9. They got me into Rocket League and in esports in general. And then they
got drip
they
as well.
made they got drip. They made their return to Rocket League last year with me. So I got some special bias. But speaking of bias, I also live in Dallas, and I want y'all to know Optic genuinely owns that city. So I thought it was a joke. It's real. It doesn't matter if you go to like a hockey game or something. They're out there, drift out. So I don't know. Optic might have it too.
Yeah, I think you can make a great case for each and every single organization on that list that have brought us so many fantastic moments over the last decade and so much more. Now, asking you two, though, I mean, some stuff might not be nominated, not on these lists. Were there any personal moments that stood out for you? Your best moments of esports in the last decade?
I do have one. Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay,
please
listen.
share.
You're not going to see this on any awards. You're not going to see this on any stat sheets. It's probably faded from people's memory, okay? Over a decade ago at this point, I think, there was a tournament set to happen at EVO, old school EVO, okay? And unfortunately, Smash Tournament, Nintendo stepped in, they shut it. They said, nah, can't stream this, can't have this at the tournament. We rallied. We had our voices together. We spammed emails. We made phone calls. We got them to overturn and rescind that decision, and we had ourselves a hell of a Melee tournament back in the day.
That's so beautiful.
Never forget the power of your voice.
Dude, community comes together is one of the greatest things about esports.
Absolutely.
I mean, you want to talk about community coming together. I have this one beautiful moment that I think is going to be ingrained in my mind forever. Before COVID had happened, we didn't realize it was the last tournament in person. And we were in Spain at the Rocket League World Championship. It was the semifinal. It was Dignitas versus Vitality. And Dignitas had been on this tear, and they're, trying to reverse sweep Vitality, and Dignitas goes into the longest overtime in history. And I remember being front row in the crowd watching this go down, and there was this moment at I think the 11-minute mark where everybody was just so happy to see such good quality Rocket League. The entire arena stood up and cheered until the OT goal got scored. And when it happened, I remember me and our friends and family fell on the ground. I started crying, and the photographers just happened to turn around, take pictures of us, and it all just got solidified in history for a tiny little moment.
I do love that. I absolutely love that. I love how much passion this entire industry can ignite in all of us, how we can come together, rooting for the enemy even, just because it's a good story. Like when Shanghai Dragons went on this super iconic 0-42 streak. Yeah, that's right. They lost 42 games in a row. Everyone, including the production, they left their jobs, okay? They left the front bench. No one was pushing any buttons anymore. Everyone came out to the floor to see them winning their first match ever. It meant nothing because they already completely fumbled. They dropped the spaghetti for the regular season. Like, there was no return, but we just wanted them to win one game.
Of course.
And everyone, including their opponents, were happy about it. Like, it was actually iconic. And then they went on to become world champions.
Of course, naturally.
Like the next couple of years. So, you know, it's just so many good stories and so many people who were part of those stories. And a lot of these people, a lot of the orgs who made that happen, made it onto the list tonight. The legends who have built the very foundation of esports over the past 10 years. It's been a decade of unforgettable moments, and this year we honor that legacy.
These finalists represent not just the best of the year, but the very, very best of the entire decade. This is the biggest night in esports, celebrating 10 years of excellence, passion, and iconic highlights.
That's right. And now it's your turn to decide who takes home these prestigious decade awards. Head over to esportsawards.com and cast your votes. Remember, you can vote today, tomorrow, and every day until voting closes.
That's right. Don't miss the biggest celebration in esports, the 10-year anniversary of the Esports Awards. Join us later this year when we reveal the winners live in Riyadh as part of the Esports World Cup. It's going to be the most unforgettable night of the decade. So we hope to see you there.